What would you like your guys to focus on this week? I mean, you have to push what's happened in the past behind you and focus on what's ahead. How do you kind of encapsulate for them, or what do you want them to look at?
That's I mean, you said it perfectly. That's what we're trying to do. I mean, it's tough when you don't meet expectations and you keep, saying the same thing. Okay, we're getting close, and it's not happening. So, refocus, look at the challenge in front of us. The only thing we can do is worry about trying to play well on Friday and win a game. And as the year goes along, the longer it takes you to kind of get out of the rut you're in, the more difficult it becomes. But, that's what sports is. That's what you recruit character kids for, is to be able to deal with situations like that and hope they handle it in the right way, hope they learn as they're going through it. I think that's the biggest message as well, is things aren't always going to be perfect in sport. And when they're not, this is when you really need to dig down and find really who you are and what you are as a teammate. And that's the point we're at right now, and kind of the point we've been in the last 3 weeks, certainly since Christmas. I think the first half of the year was that point of the year where we said, okay, we're going to reset, refocus, recommit, and get after it. Second half, the first 6 games, they were pretty darn good. The 3-3 record probably cheated us a little bit, because I think we deserve better than that. Last weekend was one of the series that was pretty typical of the whole year. Things are going really well. You're playing really good hockey. You're kind of in control of the game. Something goes against you, and all of a sudden, you're chasing it again. And I think that's been a constant theme. We've been chasing the game all year long. And we're a talented team that hasn't been able to hit full stride yet. And Friday night's another opportunity to try to figure out how we're going to play a solid road game against a team that's, all our teams in our conference. Let's not kid ourselves. Every team we play in our conference. So you can't say Michigan's a good team. They're all good. And we'll have to be good on Friday to have a good showing. But it's a great question, Todd. It's certainly something as coaches you think about every day. And we'll go about practice looking forward to Friday. You can't dwell on what just happened. We can talk about it, try and learn from it, but focus on Friday and do your best.
How deep are you going into your reserves of just coaching knowledge, just motivational knowledge of things like that this season to find another button to push or another, corner to try to turn?
That's another really good question, because as coaches, you're always, trying to get better. You're always trying to understand the situation as well as you can to make the right decisions on lineups, the right decisions on what to say to your team, the right strategies on how much to talk, how much to stay away and let the leaders take over. So I think the more you go through a season like this, the more you learn about your players, the more you learn about yourself as a coach. And, again, this team is a good team. It's a great group of kids. It's kids that care a lot about the program. So feeling sorry for ourselves is not the right way to do it. But understanding the situation we're in and trying to figure out, how to learn from it and how to get better because of it and try to make something of it. I mean, there's still hockey to be played. That's the good thing. There's still hockey to be played. So it's not over. And there's been plenty of games, Todd, you've watched them all, where you're looking, well, that team played pretty good tonight and just didn't win. And unfortunately, the results are the things that matter when fans follow teams, when you look at the standings, when you're part of a team, you want to be at the top of the standings. And when you're not, you got to battle through it and find ways to get through it.
Right.
How do you go about deciding what you do in goal for this coming weekend and even beyond, I suppose?
Yeah, goaltending. We've tried a couple different things the last few weeks on who started on Friday night. We'll watch practice this week. We'll talk about it as coaches on who we think will give us the best chance to win on Friday. So that decision probably won't be made till Thursday.
You mentioned it before. You've talked about a lot, character being big with the guys you've wanted to bring in here and the guys you have brought in. It's being tested. It's been tested a lot this season. What kind of things do you look for from those guys to make sure that doesn't waver, that doesn't get off of what you want them to be, at least at a baseline there.
Yeah, attitudes, work ethic, coming in and challenging themselves to figure out, how to get through this. The leadership part is really important now, but the continuity amongst each other about sticking together is really, where we're at. It's an easy, when things aren't going well, to say, okay, well, this is the reason, or that's the reason, or he's not playing well enough, or that, or not, whatever. You could find excuses. So I would say, guys, I'm looking for the guys to stick together and battle through it and look for solutions and performances that will help us get going. I've seen it in lots of different ways. I mean, this weekend, obviously, it hurt Alex Turcotte wasn't in the lineup. He's a big part of our team. It's an unfortunate time to be missing one of your best players for a big series, but that's part of college hockey. That's part of any sport, and you hope that someone can step in and help, not miss him quite as much, and so I've seen it. I mean, of course, the results haven't been what anyone's looking for. We know that's a fact. The part that I will stick with are the guys in the room, the kids that we have in there are the right kids. They're talented. They are young. They haven't learned as quickly as we would like to have had them learn about what it takes to win at this point of the season. But that's what we'll be striving for in the next few weeks.
Right. How have you seen Max Zimmer grow this year? Wasn't playing a lot at the beginning. Now he's playing more minutes for you guys. What's his mindset been, and how's he been able to grow?
Yeah, I think Max has been outstanding because he started the year with an illness that missed the first weekend of the year. Kind of got him off to a slow start as far as getting any momentum out of the gate. But he's a senior that we've leaned on a lot from a leadership side of things. I think the work that he's put in, he's earned the right to be a player that we have to count on. He'll probably be on our top line this weekend. So I think his attitude, his practice habits, his care factor has been outstanding. And I think a lot of the younger guys should be looking to him to learn from how he's handled himself.
This is the time of the year when injuries start to mount and little things kind of add up to bigger things. How are you injury-wise, just in general? I mean, we know Alex is banged up, but are there things that are rising concerns with other players too?
I don't think it's any different than any other locker room at this point of the year, but we do have some guys that are banged up that probably won't practice in the next couple of days, that hopefully they can be ready by the weekend. And Alex is one of them. Alex will go on the ice today, and how much he can do, I don't know yet. There might be two other guys that aren't able to take part in practice, and as the week goes along, hopefully they can get regular reps. I think that's the biggest thing as a player. It's okay to miss 1 or 2 days of practice, but by Wednesday you got to start getting in there and getting some reps and seeing where you're at to be ready for the weekend. So I'm hoping that our guys will be able to skate by Wednesday.
Tony back here. Could 2 road wins at Michigan this weekend, could that maybe be enough to turn things around for this group a little bit?
For sure. I mean, we have the potential to still do something really special this year. We have to do it now. I mean, I don't know how many times we can say this is a big weekend for us. There's an opportunity here for us to really make a statement and to show everybody that we're someone that, to be reckoned with as we go down the stretch here. So this is a big weekend for us. Michigan's a good team. It's a great building to play in. Our guys will be excited to play, and we are looking forward to the challenge of hopefully coming home with a couple wins.